I do.
You think we brought a lot of theme parks? Oh, they're kissing again. Oh,
Which Paula seemed to enjoy. Or maybe not.
Breaking, Nigel Lythgoe is breaking his silence and speaking out for the first time in regards to Paula Abdul's claims.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Saj and this is my channel where I talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. And as you can see, I am still stuck at my parents' house. It's the day before New Year's Eve, so I did get my car fixed and I figured I'd stay here for the holiday, right? Still not on my regular setup, but I do have another video. I want to make sure that I'm still staying consistent with content. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Paula Abdul and the lawsuit that she just filed. Before I get into this video, I would like to offer a trigger warning for people who may be sensitive to SA. I do have lighter form content on my channel, so if you would rather watch something much lighter and funnier, go down to another video. YouTube has actually just tried this new feature where the subscribe button turns a different color when you press on it. So I think you should try it like right now. Like right now. And after you do it, tell me like what color it changed. So make sure that you are subscribed to my channel to keep it breathing. Make sure that you are liking and commenting and sharing if you care. I want to thank everybody who has watched my videos in the last couple days. I've been super active because I'm on winter break and I'm a teacher. So thank you to everyone who's been watching, and let's get into this video. If you are unaware, Paula Abdul is an American singer and dancer, and she was really popular back in the 80s. I know one of the songs that immediately sticks out is Cold Hearted Snake. She's a cold-hearted snake, look into his eyes. So in the early 2000s, Paula Abdul actually sustained a couple injuries while she was touring, so that forced her to go on a 6-year hiatus. Coming off of her hiatus, when she feel like she was ready to come back into the spotlight, she actually signed a deal with American Idol. Now, if you don't know what American Idol is, it's basically where a bunch of random people from all over the country get together and they do a singing competition. Fun fact, one of my classmates was actually on American Idol when I was in high school, and American Idol even came to our school, did a pep rally for her. It was a lot. American Idol does a lot. So that's my experience with American Idol. But yes, Paula Abdul was a judge for many, many years on American Idol. She also took a job with So You Think You Can Dance. She was also a judge there as well. As of December 29th of 2023, Paula Abdul actually is in the process of suing one of the producers of American Idol, and he is also a producer on So You Think You Can Dance. She is suing him for SA, and she is enacting the cover-up act. And this producer's name is Nigel Lythgoe. So because of my setup and I can't do the in-depth research I would like to do, I am going to give you a brief overview of the actual legal document. Before I do any of my lawsuit videos, I do fully read the document, so I'm going to go over snippets and the most important parts of the document. In the lawsuit, Paula Abdul does allege that the first time the SA started is when she was actually in an elevator with Nigel, and he forcibly grabbed her and kissed her and grabbed some areas that you should not grab a woman without any permission. Now, this incident did happen during the filming of American Idol, and she actually did not go to the higher ups of the American Idol production because she was scared of losing her job. She already states in the lawsuit that she was harassed, bullied, not as well compensated as her male counterparts. So I'm assuming she already felt like she wasn't going to be heard and her story wouldn't have mattered, so she kept it in and kept it to herself until the next time Mr. Nigel came and tried another advance at her. So in the lawsuit, Paula alleges that during the filming of So You Think You Can Dance, Mr. Nigel actually invited her back to his place so they can discuss more opportunities of working with each other. I mean, they are working on American Idol, and So You Think You Can Dance Together. This man has a very long list of productions that he's a part of, so it's not far off to think that, you know, her career as a singer slash dancer is kind of not there anymore just because of time and her injury. So this is like her next big thing, and it's not too far off that she'd be like, yeah, let me go meet with this guy. She said while she was in his home, he proceeded to climb on top of her and said that they would be an excellent power couple. And that's when she pushed him off, rejected his advances, and went about her business. She's like, I can't do this. Again, she did not report this, feared of being fired from either projects and also being blackballed in Hollywood, which is a very real thing that can happen. If you are someone who is in the limelight, the last thing you want is blacklisting, because what's going to happen is if you try to get a job working in the profession that you have been doing, they're still not going to take you seriously. So blackballing is a real issue, especially for someone like Paula Abdul, who was big in the 80s, and baby, we're in the 2020s. You're not that big anymore, so she has to kind of pick and choose her battles wisely, which makes a lot of sense. She also alleges that she has seen Nigel do the same thing with his assistant April, where he would force himself on her and it would not be consensual. So not only is she suing Nigel, but she's also suing plenty of different productions, including Entertainment Incorporated, American Idol Productions, Fremantle Media North American Productions, and Dance Nation Productions. The reason all of these production companies were listed in the lawsuit is because she claims that they were complicit in everything that Nigel was doing. She states that her first initial meeting for American Idol, you know, getting on the show, she says that she was verbally attacked by Nigel specifically and a lot of other high-ups in the room, and they called her a has-been celebrity, which honestly, straight up, is another great bop. It just came in my head, but she has a lot of like bops that we will never forget. She is not a has-been. After that encounter, they did eventually offer her a spot on the judges panel, and they actually said once Paula joined American Idol, the ratings went up. I don't know about you, but I don't think anybody my age is watching American Idol. I think it's geared more towards older people, so people that know Paula Abdul are going to watch. And honestly, the ways that they were able to silence an icon, essentially, because she's one of those people that will have music live on forever. But the way that they had contracts in place to silence her was fucking crazy. I was gonna cut back on the cussing, but it didn't happen. Actually, I haven't cussed that much. That's not bad. But the way that they silenced her was absolutely wild. So American Idol Productions actually had Nigel in a position where he was actually able to fire Paula Abdul, and that's why she didn't speak out. She also signed a legal contract with Idol Productions stating that she will not disclose any personal experience that she has had on the show. So basically saying, you can't really talk about this right now. I guess now the contract is up, so she can finally speak out and do what she needs to do. She also cites that they did absolutely nothing to protect her. They did absolutely nothing to bring the law involved when it came to the things that she was alleging. She also cites that they actually still kept him as a higher up production person on the show, regardless of what she said. So they failed to remove him from his position, which is low-key fucked. At least bring him down like a notch. But overall, that's kind of like the overall basis with her lawsuit, that she had those few encounters and the relentless bullying, and certain people didn't take the necessary steps to protect Paula Abdul, which is really sad when you think about it. But for me, I know this is gonna sound problematic. I always say believe all victims, but like, what if she's, I don't know if I want to say this, what if she's not fully telling the truth. Like, I don't know, something about that plane crash a couple years ago, and there's being like, something tells me that Paula has a history of lying, and I would hate to put this case on blast and it's not true, right? So I'm kind of 50-50. I'm kind of in the middle. I'm leaning more towards Paula's side, solely because, like, if she really wanted to go in, she really could have, and she didn't. She just talks about these two experiences. The other half is like, okay, she has a history of lying, but again, I'm leaning more towards Paula's side. Now, since these allegations have come to light, Nigel did make a statement to TMZ, out of all places, which is really weird. But he did make a statement, and he said, basically, you know, Paula and I have been colleagues for years, and everything that she said deeply hurt me and I found really offensive, and all these allegations came out of the blue. So take that with what you will. That sounds like a very generic response to things like this. Not as generic as Diddy. Diddy just sent some money and called it a day. That's the word. If you hear any other SAers, I think that's how you say it, SAers, come out and talk about something that they did, they usually deny it, saying, you know, it's deeply offensive, I'm going to deny everything, blah, 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 blah. So it sounds like a generic response to me, like it came from a lawyer and a PR team. If he is adamantly denying it, that makes me think that he might try to fight it. Like, so I think I've been wrong in the past. I was wrong about Diddy. I was wrong about Jody Hildebrandt. I've been wrong in the past. I can admit that. But I'm going to say this again. I think it might go to trial. I think it's going to be something that's going to go on for a long time, and that's not going to be talked about. I think it's going to be silenced. Like, for example, Kesha was fighting that shit for years, and us, the public, weren't really finding out until, like, we weren't really talking about it until the tail end of things. So I think it might be something like that. I don't know where this is gonna go. Please let me know. Comment right now. What do you think is gonna happen? Because this kind of sounds like they might have something like a battle in court. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you believe Paula? Do you think they should have done more? I absolutely believe they should have done more. But let me know what you think. Please remember to subscribe to keep my channel breathing. Remember to like and share if you care. And bye.